You're looking at Piestewa Peak, north of the city of Phoenix, on a sunny and hot Arizona afternoon. Pirates trying to cool off the first place Diamondbacks here at Chase Field in Game 3 of this 3-game series. Hi again, everyone. Along with John Wehner, I'm Tim Neverett. Happy you're watching Pirates baseball with us this afternoon. Buccos winning last night. Had good pitching from Charlie Morton. Had good defense from a number of guys.
Yeah, Charlie Morton, I wouldn't say he was at his best, but he don't have to be at his best to be effective. Didn't give up any runs. Had some help from Garrett Jones in right field early on in the ball game, saving at least one run there. There's the good breaking ball from Charlie. Threw a lot of good breaking balls last night, as you can see here. The swings and misses. Also had that heavy, hard sinker going. Got a nice little play here from Neil Walker, the force at second base. And Charlie Morton gave us a good chance to win, and we took it last night.
So the Pirates have evened up this series with the Arizona Diamondbacks thanks to the bats of Derek Lee and Pedro Alvarez, both offensively and defensively. Alvarez, one of his best games all year.
Yeah, with the bat, you love to see him going deep. A couple of good swings this series. You can see Pedro starting to heat up. Unfortunately, we're running out of season. Derek Lee, big and strong, and getting up there in age, but still has the power, still could be effective at this level, and it'll be interesting to see where he goes after this year. And then the defense, Pedro Alvarez, I don't think he could play a better game than he did last night. The diving plays, dove to his right, he dove to his left, and I don't know if there's another major leaguer in the infield that has a stronger arm than Pedro Alvarez.
You can see the way he just leans back and fires rockets over to first base. And Derek Lee helping him on that play. Exceptional. And this was the last out of the game as Derek Lee said, "I'll take it myself." And that was it last night. So Derek Lee and Pedro Alvarez helping the Bucs to victory last night. Pirates are 16-7 when hitting 2 or more home runs in a game. Derek Lee's the big one that provided the necessary margin of victory. Coming up, we'll take a look at the pitching matchup today between Wade Miley and Ross Ollendorf, and the 8th catcher the Pirates will use this year. Matt Pagnozzi will get a start.
Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com, definitely worth the click, and by PNC for the achiever in you. Let's go, Bucks!
A look at the colorful Arizona desert as we welcome you back to Phoenix. Counting you down to the first pitch, the Bucks and the D-backs. The Pirates will use their 8th catcher of the year. Matt Pagnozzi also became the 52nd player used by the Pirates when he pinch hit in Los Angeles. That's a club record, but we'll see what Matt has to do today.
Known as a defensive guy, catch and throw type catcher, but he actually is hitting .323 in his big league career, covering 30 games. Going to be exciting for him. Probably didn't expect to be in the big leagues, but getting his chance this afternoon with Ross Ohlendorf.
Had 9 games with the Rockies, hitting .304. Ohlendorf gets to go, coming off a stellar start against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, for Ross, I think it was big to have the velocity back. I thought he threw a 2, 3, 4 miles per hour harder his last time out against the Dodgers, and that made his breaking ball more effective. Nice start for Ross, and a bomb in that game for Ohlendorf, so hopefully he can have back-to-back good ones.
His first career home run. Last 3 road starts 1-0, so things looking up for Ross Ohlendorf. He will oppose left-hander Wade Miley, a pitcher the Pirates haven't seen. Spent most of the year in Reno in AAA.
And last year, he was the Diamondbacks minor league pitcher of the year. Has a pretty good arm. A little bit wild, though, are the reports on Miley. So, we'll see for the first time how good the left-hander Wade Miley is.
Well, today's a great TV day for Pittsburgh sports fans as we get set to deliver Game 1 of a baseball-hockey doubleheader. It's the Diamondbacks and the Pirates coming up. And the Pirates are at Chase Field. Pirates need to win today. What are the tips to win, Rock? Brought to you by Rivers Casino.
Well, I think we have to be patient with young Wade Miley. He's given up 17 walks, 34 innings. That's 1 every 2. He's effectively wild, gets you to chase the high fastball. Hit with runners in scoring position. There will be some base runners today. He's allowed 57 base runners in those 34 innings. And let's see if we can get another good performance from Ross Ohlendorf. Pitched well and hit well his last time out in L.A.
Alex Presley set to lead off. We'll take a look at the Pirates lineup brought to you by Toyota. Pedro Ciriaco starting and hitting second. McCutchen third. Lee in the cleanup spot. Neil Walker moves to fifth today. Ludwig and Brandon Wood back in there at third. Matt Pagnozzi making his first start as a Pirate. Ross Ohlendorf doing the pitching, batting ninth against the left-hander Wade Miley.
Last year, the Diamondbacks minor league pitcher of the year. Very effective, but doing okay up there. I guess he's holding his own, although opponents hitting over 300 against him.
First pitch of the ball game to Alex Presley is in for a strike. They are rooting for the Pirates in Arizona.
I like it.
Presley down on the count, 0-2. Lyle Overbay getting the start today at first base. Former Bucco. Had a chance to spend some time with Lyle yesterday. And you know, he's very accountable. And he understands the ups and downs of baseball. And just said it was his fault. Said he did not perform up to the level that he felt he should. And he understands the situation. 1-2 slapped out of play. And for him, able to land here with a division leader. Diamondbacks 5.5 up on the Giants to start action today. Giants play tonight against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I wonder why more players don't fess up or don't take responsibility. Obviously, it's a tough game. There are ups and downs. Guys have bad years. I think you have more respect for the player if they just say, hey, you know, I didn't perform. I should have played better.
Presley bounces the 2-2 to Aaron Hill at second. One gone. Defensively behind the left-hander Miley today. In the outfield, Parra, Young, and Upton. Ryan Roberts at third. Willie Bloomquist at short. Hill and Overbay on the right side of the infield. Miguel Montero catching for the third straight game. And here's Pedro Siriaco. He's hit the ball pretty well in recent games. He started short this afternoon. It's a cool day in Arizona today. It's only 95 outside. But 72 inside, roof closed during the day games here.
Warmer last night. And it was dark, 98 degrees.
And the roof was open. That is the neat thing about this area. You get optional environment. Feels like 92. 79 in Pittsburgh right now.
Enjoy it.
Yesterday, the Diamondbacks were getting their team photo taken down the right field line, and they adjusted the roof so that the sun would hit the players where they were lined up for their pictures. Strike three called to Siriaco. He doesn't like it.
And Pedro. You saw Pedro upset. You can see there by the strike zone, brought to you by Range Resources, that he had a pretty good argument. That ball is down and inside. And when you see a catcher do that with his glove, you know it's not a strike.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. That's usually the key indicator when the guy does that. He's telling you as an umpire it's out of the strike zone.
Pedro, very nice young man. Pleasant, easygoing.
Andrew McCutchen follows this one off. McCutchen, during the month of September, hitting just 172. He's never had a month where he's hit below 200 in the big leagues. And his average dipping down now to 262.
Every time I look at the numbers for Andrew McCutchen, I think, boy, a couple of years from now, 2, 3, 4 years from now, you're going to see that first batting average is going to be up over 300. The home runs will probably be the same, but I could see the RBIs in triple digits. And he may hit 30 at some point in time. Has the power to do so.
2-2 pitch. Outside, count full. Three and two, the count to McCutchen. Wade Miley. The pitch. And that is low, ball 4. 2-out walk issued to Cutchen. Will bring up Derek Lee, whose last hit was a big one. Take a look at our day automotive key matchup of the day. Derek Lee this month hitting .362, 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. He's hit safely in 16 of 21 games with the Pirates. Day automotive, we're going to make your day. Last night, his 2-run home run in the 8th inning was a major help in the Pirates' winning effort. And a man on, Presley, who had doubled before him, and with 2 outs, a no-doubter.
That's not all that D. Lee has. Big, strong man. Didn't quite get fully extended, but still plenty strong enough. Ended up being the difference in the ball game.
Cuts it off of first. The left-hander Miley's stretch. And Lee hits this one well. But getting over there is Young. And that'll retire the Pirates in the first. Wade Miley gets through the top half of the first inning. Diamondbacks coming to bat. Diamondbacks will come to the plate this way. Bloomquist, Hill, Upton third, Montero hitting cleanup. Young, the center fielder, bats fifth, and over base sixth. Roberts, Parra, and Wade Miley doing the pitching and batting. Ninth, facing the right-hander Ross Ohlendorf.
Ohlendorf, a year to forget. The injuries wasn't effective until his last time out. Great start for Ross. Just 4 hits allowed in 7 innings. 2 runs allowed. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 6.
Delivers ball 1 low and away. Bloomquist, 13-game hitting streak. Both he and Hill, batting at the top of the Diamondbacks order, have each hit in 13 straight. Strike on the corner. Pirates have done pretty well in day games. 17 and 14 in day games. Also 22 and 19 in games started by a left-handed opposing pitcher. That's right through the middle. 14 straight now for Bloomquist, and the Diamondbacks with the leadoff man on base.
Probably not the pitch Ross, or at least the location he wanted on an 0-2 pitch. Probably wanted to go a little bit off the plate there, just a show-me fastball, but Bloomquist staying inside the inside fastball.
Aaron Hill, 298 hitter, former Blue Jay. Pirates middle infield looks for 2. And Hill puts the bunt down. They're going to let it roll, and it's going to stop. That's a base hit. $14 straight now for Hill.
Perfect bunt. Popped it up. Kind of landed like a pitching wedge. It's the right play, letting it go.
He was lucky. He just caught that right, didn't he?
Yeah. Saw Brandon Wood playing back there at third base. He had no chance. He wasn't sure either after he ran through the bag as he was walking back towards the bag. Asked his first base coach if it was fair or foul.
Justin Upton. He shows bunt. Here's a guy you don't really expect to bunt.
No. Almost like a favor. If he's going to drop one down with those numbers, change the game with one swing.
Back-to-back base hits, Bloomquist and Hill. 1-0 pitch to Upton. Swing and a miss. Upton won the first game in this series Monday night with a broken bat home run to left. Jeff Karstens, who served up that home run, was telling me yesterday that when he saw the bat, the majority of the bat, land out by shortstop and the ball go over the fence, he thought there had to be something wrong with the play, so he pointed out to left field. He wasn't necessarily thinking fan interference. He just said what, he didn't understand. He'd never seen that before.
And these maple bats too. I mean, it happens so often where they do shatter. And you can see there he didn't quite get it on the good part of the barrel, but he did hit it off the barrel, not the sweet spot. You can usually feel that in your hands, whether you hit it just right or a little off the end or a little inside.
2 strikes now to Justin Upton. Diamondbacks right fielder.
Tell a lot of times too when a hitter makes contact, you can tell by their facial expression or the way they leave the batter's box whether or not they thought they hit it well enough or not. Sometimes you see frustration when they think they just missed it. Upton's eyes kind of looked like, ooh, that has a chance, despite the broken bat.
Runners go. Throw down to third base by Pagnozzi. And everybody's safe. Double steal. Bloomquist is 19th for Hill, his third.
Boy, aggressive base running. You have to be certain you're going to make it if you're going to try to steal third with nobody out. And that was taken on Ross Ohlendorf. Obviously, Brandon Wood doesn't come down with the throw from Pagnozzi, but even if he does, the tag would not have been in time.
You add up his numbers between Toronto and Arizona, you come up with 19. Upton trying to get the run in, and he does. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Sacrifice fly by Justin Upton. His 88th run batted in. Bloomquist comes across to score. Value of the stolen base.
Well, you wonder how a guy can hit a ball out of the ballpark when he breaks his bat. Look at that swing. Kind of falling off, just kind of waved at it, and that ball still got pretty deep into center field. For a moment, almost thought that it was going to be deep enough to get Hill to third. When he first hit that, I was thinking maybe Andrew wouldn't get to it, like it was going to fall in front of him, but that ball carried quite a bit, given the swing.
Catcher Miguel Montero up there with 1 out and a runner at second base. 1 out, 1-0 Diamondbacks.
That little move there by Ohlendorf, turning towards second. You know, very rarely do you catch a runner going with the inside move. But what it does is it plants the seed in the base runner's head that, hey, I do have an inside move. You can't go first movement because I may be turning towards you.
Two 2-0 to Montero. His 17 home runs, a career high for him. He hit that on Sunday against the Padres. this one. Up and gone. Extends his career high to 18 home runs. A 2-run shot. It is 3-0 Arizona.
When you look at an inning and think how things could have changed, as that was a changeup from Ross Ollendorf. A changeup belt high out over the plate with very little movement. You don't want to leave changeups upstairs. I'm always trying to keep them around the knees, but how an inning can change. A 2-strike base hit by Bloomquist. You make a better pitch there and you get that leadoff hitter. You got one out. Aaron Hill probably doesn't bunt with one out. The 0-2 pitch from Ollendorf has cost him 3 runs.
Chris Young fouls this one off. 1 ball and 1 strike to the center fielder.
You see the extension. Smooth, easy swing. Not a lot of effort into it.
So not the start Ross had hoped for. Coming off a very good performance against the Dodgers. And here, Diamondbacks in the bottom of the first. A 3 spot on the board. And now Ollendorf falls behind Young. 3 balls and a strike. And the 3-1 is inside of third. That's a fair ball. Young will round first and head for second. And Chris Young is in with a double.
Well, you fall behind in the big leagues. 3-1. Hitter knows a fastball's coming. Not a bad location. Up and in. But that's where he was looking. Nobody on base, looking to lift and separate. Hits it hard. Now Ray Searage is going to talk to Ross, settle him down. You got to think, wonder what is going through Ross Ollendorf's head. I mean, he knows what kind of year he's had. As far as his future here with the Pirates, obviously he was arbitration eligible last year. As half his strikes, half his pitches are strikes. But going into this offseason, I guess there's a possibility that he's not tendered. A strong finish. You see the things that you liked about him most of last year when he was healthy, and the year before. I think if he can regain that, it's worth the risk to go to arbitration again.
Ollendorf now facing Lyle Overbay. Overbay told me yesterday that he said it doesn't feel like September around here with the Diamondbacks. So oftentimes you will know what month it is as a player. And you know you're coming down to the end of a season. But he said collectively in the clubhouse, in the dugout, and he said personally for himself, it doesn't feel like September at all.
Especially if you're in Toronto, you know when it's September.
A little chilly 1-0 pitch, and Overbay fouls it back. He said he had the experience when he was designated by the Pirates. He said he went home, sat around for 10 days. Got that feeling at night that you should be somewhere. That's what happens in baseball. You play every day, every night. You just have that itch like you're supposed to be somewhere, but you're just locked in at home. And pitch inside to him. But second stint with the Diamondbacks for Lyle Overbay. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lyle. And he takes first base. Overbay has had some offensive contributions to his new ball club as he takes Heath Bell deep. And a game-tying home run and walk-off RBI walk. says thank you very much. Takes first base. And they're wearing the 2001 throwback uniforms that night. That was the reunion night, where most of the entire roster from that team was here in attendance, and Overbay ended up having a big night in front of the world champion 2001 team.
He had another pretty good game, I'm afraid, after he was signed up in Philly. Homered off of Roy Halladay. I think he had 3 RBIs and a Diamondback win.
1-0 pitch to Ryan Roberts from Ross Ohlendorf. 2-0, and Ross is struggling. Doesn't seem like he's in any kind of rhythm. Things just are not working for him.
Early on, I did. I mean, the first 2 pitches to Bloomquist, I was like, boy, perfect fastballs, perfect location. Thinking, boy, he might be sharp here again.
Runners take off, and they can stand up without a throw. Second double steal of the inning off Ross Ohlendorf.
He pretty much ignored the runners. And Lyle Overbay gets his second stolen base of the year. You don't see this very often. He didn't even look back. Chris Young walking in the third. You don't see that very often.
4 stolen bases in the inning before there are 2 outs. Roberts is known as Tatman around here. I think that's self-explanatory when you look at him. A broken bat roller to third. Wood will come to the plate, and they've got Young hung up. 2 men at third base. One of them will be out. And a smart play there by Pagnazzi just to tag Overbay in case. Remember against the Cardinals a year ago, saw Andy LaRoche get caught at third with McCutcheon on a double play. Yadier Molina pulled off by doing that.
Just going on contact. That's predetermined. If you put the pressure on the defense, it's an easy play for Wood. Overbay coasting in the third. Pagnazzi doesn't have to make a throw.
Pagnazzi, the newcomer, has got to learn all the signs. Probably pretty similar to what he was accustomed to in Colorado, the Rockies organization. And the runners off the corners, 2 down. Throw to first. Roberts back. Gerardo Parra, 296, 8, and 42 the numbers. Fake to third, fake to first. But any player, John, position player moving from one organization to another, it's got to be toughest on the catcher, doesn't he? Doesn't he have the most to absorb right away?
Yeah, there's no question about that. When a new catcher has to learn a lot of pitchers. You know, obviously in Pagnazzi's case, it's his first time behind the plate. Still, he's going to spend a little more time in the bullpen before the game, catching the sides. During the game, catching the relievers. This late in the year, I don't think there's as much urgency as far as picking up the pitching staff.
Strike 1 to Parra. Well, he's been here a little less than a week. He's had time to work with Doman and Jaramillo and McHenry. And of course, he and McHenry know each other quite well. One ball, 1 strike pitch to Parra. 2 on, 2 out, 3 in. Two-run home run by Miguel Montero this inning. In the bottom of the first, and it's been a chore for Ross Ohlendorf to get to this point in the inning. Parra to left and foul. 2 strikes on him. Number 8 hitter in the order. Pitcher Wade Miley on deck. Pirates lost game 1 Monday 1-0. Took game 2 last night 5-3. The rubber game of the series today. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3 runs come in on a 2-run home run. Miguel Montero had the big hit in the first.
Sponsored by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks.
Back inside Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Wade Miley takes the hill on the top of the 2nd inning with a 3-0 lead behind him. He will face Neil Walker, Ryan Ludwig, and Brandon Wood. Miley, who has ascended 3 levels of baseball this year, started in Double-A, was promoted to Triple-A Reno. Their Double-A is in Mobile, Alabama, and ended up making his major league debut this year against his boyhood team, the Atlanta Braves, on the 20th of August.
Changeup from Miley.
Well, the 4 stolen bases in that 1 inning is a franchise record for Arizona. And it's the 7th time this season a club has stolen 4 bases in 1 inning. But Arizona getting it done with a pair of double steals. Bloomquist and Hill each taking bases. Lyle Overbay got one, his 2nd of the year. Chris Young was the lead runner in that double steal. At 1st and 2nd, you're the guy at 1st. You're loving it because you're going to get a free one.
Yeah. Every now and again, you'll see catchers go out, put on a series of signs in a situation where there might be runners going, and they opt to throw to 2nd instead of 3rd. That's the only time you're in danger.
Aaron Hill throws out Walker. 1 gone. That'll bring up Ryan Ludwig. Neil finishing up the first big league season wire to wire. And that can be an adjustment for anybody. You figure he's played a lot of baseball, but at the same time, most of the baseball that the younger players play, they're done the beginning of September, and that extra month is not part of their repertoire. And it's just a thing where Clint Hurdle has talked about it a lot. Players need to get through that 2 or 3 seasons in a row before you can really get a good gauge on what kind of player they're going to be.
The mental grind, I think, is probably more of a factor than the physical grind. Typically, I think adrenaline takes over a lot of the time.
Mentally, would you agree that it's mostly away from the ballpark? The time that you spend away from the park. Once you get here and the game start, you just go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Mentally, these guys are in such great shape. They're the Major League Baseball players in better shape now than in any other year, I think, in the history of the game. So physically, they're able to do it. I know, but when you come out here day after day, batting practice every day, the cage work, the reps you get defensively, whether it's ground balls or fly balls.
Ludwig hammers it deep to left field. Way back and gone. Home run, Ryan Ludwig. His 13th and his second as a Pirate. Bucks on the board in the second. It's 3-1.
Nice to see instant offense. Ludwig has always had good power. This really hasn't played. As you see the strike zone presented by Range Resources. Another changeup. Changeup you got Neil Walker out in front of. This one left down the middle up. Not a whole lot different than the changeup that Miguel Montero hit out off Ross Ollendorf.
Brandon Wood, first ball swinging. He goes deep to right. And Upton on the track makes the catch. Ryan Ludwig going yard here at Chase Field.
See, the foot will get down early. The hands will stay back. Look at the head. The head doesn't move. Nice and effortless. Big, strong man. 10 rows deep.
Matt Pagnozzi in his Pirate debut as a pinch hitter ended up with a base hit. First time up in a Bucco uniform. That was against the Dodgers. And he made his debut on Saturday. Puts this one out of play. If the name Pagnozzi sounds familiar, well, it should if you're a baseball fan. His uncle, Tom Pagnozzi, a number of successful years in the big leagues.
Mostly with the Cardinals.
Down to Bloomquist. Takes care of that, but a run comes in on a solo home run by Ryan Ludwig, his 13th of the year. 3-1 after an inning and a half. the winner in Game 1. Got his 20th victory. He certainly is a Cy Young candidate, a strong one in the National League. Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers, and then a pair of aces for the Phillies, Roy Halladay and Cliff Lee. Our PNC achievement, Cy Young candidates for the Achiever in you. 3-1 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the second. Ohlendorf starts off Wade Miley with a strike. Miley 1 for 12. And the 0-1 delivery. A little bouncer to the left side. Siriaco. 1 out. Good start to the inning.
I like those quick outs, especially after a long inning. And Ross. There's been a couple of quick hooks this road trip. And I think Ross has to feel pretty good. Nobody got up that inning, that first inning. Throwing 33 pitches. Knowing that he's going to get a chance to stay in the game, hopefully shut down the Snakes.
The 1-0 pitch to Bloomquist. And that is up and in, 2-0. And it's a good thing they don't have a real mascot here. The Diamondbacks, like they've got a cat, but that's safer than if they had a snake.
Oh yeah,
Scare all the kids.
Right.
Some adults too.
Baxter the cat. I just realized Baxter. How they came up with the name.
D. Baxter. Yeah. Strike called, and it's 2-ball, 2-strike count to Bloomquist. Arizona Diamondbacks in their 14th season. This used to be an area for minor league baseball before the Diamondbacks were here. The Giants had their AAA club in Phoenix, the Phoenix Firebirds. They ended up moving to Fresno when the Diamondbacks came in, and this became a major league baseball town. Pitch is up and away.
Nice. I like it.
Well, it makes one of us.
Oh, believe me, I'm the fan of snakes. I mean, if that thing was sitting here, that's an easy tapper to Neal. 2 up, 2 down. Yeah, if that thing was between us, that snake, I wouldn't be so comfortable as Bob. Oh, nice Bob's dressed today.
Wasn't he dressed well?
Hawaiian shirt theme travel week. Looks a little grumpy though. He's getting a little grumpy as he gets up there in age.
Bob doesn't like those very much.
No. Again, understandably so. If that thing was in this booth, I wouldn't be in it. On TV,
you'd be chasing me out of here. You'd be behind me.
I went golfing in Houston years ago with Rich Donnelly and I think it was Jeff King. And I forget who the fourth was, but somebody sprayed a ball and hit it, away from where they were supposed to, and we were looking for it. And there was one of those things slithering through the grass. A big, huge Diamondback. It was huge. And needless to say, that I quit looking for that ball.
Yeah, they can have it.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Oh, Bloomquist, or rather Hill, gets plunked for the second straight game. Hill got hit last night.
Boy, I mean, that just gets away. He's trying to go inside, and ouch, those ones hurt. When you get it right in the middle of the back, I mean, you get it in the arm, like Hill got it in his left arm, and that's kind of a defense mechanism. More times than not, that left arm will catch the brunt of balls above the waist. But in the back, ouch.
59th time a Diamondback has been hit by a pitch. That's the third most hit batsman in the National League. Nationals have been hit 63 times, the Reds 61. Two outs and Justin Upton at the plate. Upton drove in the game's first run in the first inning with a sacrifice fly to center field. Picked up his 88th run batted in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, when you play golf out here in the Southwest, there are signs usually all over the place. That usually a silhouette of a rattlesnake. So you try to hit your ball away from those signs. And if you can't hit it in the fairway, you're in trouble. Still might see him there too.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Back in the day when we used to golf on the road, haven't done it in a number of years, but here we used to play and saw the signs. San Diego, played a kind of like a desert course in San Diego.
Throw to first, and Hill gets back.
And boy, were we bad golfers. Top of everything else, we weren't very good. It was torture. It's like, finally, Walkie says, well, what's the sense of getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do this? And
always the sensible one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Twain had 2 really good quotes. One of them was the coldest winter ever spent was a summer in San Francisco, and the other was golf is a good walk spoiled. Runner takes off, and Ohlendorf throws to second, and they got him. So Hill gunned down as he was trying to swipe another base. We're through 2 full at Chase Field. 3-1 Diamondbacks. Getting Hill trying to sneak in there on him.
Step off, step off, step off.
I don't know if he was ever going to step off. Finally did. Watch how long it takes him.
Usually when pitchers are standing there set, they're not looking at the runner. Very rarely does any pitcher, right-handed, see the runners lead or anything else. Most times they throw over because there was a sign given to them to throw over, but they're not over there peeking. They're just standing. And obviously in something like that with Hill, at some point in time someone's going to yell step off or he's going. And you can faintly hear somebody yelling step off.
Ollendorf fouls this one away. Well, it's been almost a week since Ross's last home run.
Yeah.
Thursday against the Dodgers, he hit his first home run. And the first home run by a Pirate pitcher since Mother's Day of 2009 when Maholm hit one out in New York. One down here in the top of the third. But we go back to Thursday, and Ross goes opposite field at Dodger Stadium. It's always extra nice when a pitcher gets one.
Number 44.
That for Ross, his first. And he came up next time in a bunting situation, and when he squared around the bunt, Clint Hurdle said he heard a voice from the other end of the dugout saying, "You got to be kidding." It was out of the mouth of Neil Walker, who was jokingly saying it, sarcastically saying, "Why are you having a home run hitter bunt?"
That's a knock.
Alex Presley. Oh, they called him out. He thought he beat it out. Close play at first, and Hill just got the ball there on time, according to Brian Gorman.
Overbay did a nice job of retreating and getting back to the bag as well. I didn't think anybody was going to be there to cover, and Alex was going to beat everyone. Now Overbay did get back, but did the throw beat him? Bang, bang.
This would be a good look. I don't know. That could have gone either way. 2 outs, nobody aboard, and Pedro Siriaco takes a strike. Alex gets down the line very well. Another look at it.
Let's see, we slow it down here a little bit, and there's the flip very quickly. Boy, what a good call.
Yeah. I mean, that is about as bang bang as it gets, and it was the right call from that angle. Brian Gorman, first base umpire here today. 1-2, and right to Aaron Hill. He's been busy this inning. 3 up and 3 down, and Aaron Hill had a hand in all 3 outs. Fan Jam 2011 featuring Steve Miller Band live in concert after the Pirates battle the Reds Saturday night, 7:05 at PNC Park. They'll be playing all their big hits, including The Joker, Take the Money and Run, and many, many more. For your tickets to Fan Jam featuring Steve Miller Band, visit Pirates.com. Justin Upton was left at the plate when Aaron Hill was caught trying to sneak into second base in the bottom of the second inning. Sacrifice fly and RBI number 88 for Upton in the first. 1-0 is hit up in the air down the right field side and out of play.
We'll take another look at the strike zone here by Range Resources, staying away from the big man, Justin Upton.
Ripped foul.
That's why you stay away. Ross trying to sneak a fastball in there, and Upton was all over it.
Upton, 31 home runs, 21 stolen bases, the 15th player all time to post at least one 30-20 campaign by the time he was 24. Played by Walker, and not in time. A base hit for Upton.
Boy, he can run. He got the power, and he can run, just protecting, just like he did his last time. Protecting, he slapped the ball in the center for a sac fly. Here he slaps a bouncer up the middle. No chance for Neal. And that's why he's getting the MVP chance. Can run, can hit for power, play defense, can throw. Total package.
Miguel Montero homered, drove in 2. His career high 18th home run. That was in the first. Pitch outside to Montero. Pirates jumping on a big old jet plane after this game and heading back to Pittsburgh. A day off tomorrow. And then back at it Friday against the Cincinnati Reds, beginning the final homestand of the season. It's a short one, just 3 games. Nice throw to first, but Upton got back. On the way to Montero. Well, it'll wait. And Ohlendorf back to first, and back in the first inning, he took one low in the zone and drove it out of here. Or high in the zone, rather.
Bell high. That's not a good place to leave a changeup. Young Wade Miley found that out as well. Second inning, he left the changeup up to Ryan Ludwig, who took it deep.
Must be these reading glasses that Greg left in here from last night. I couldn't see that well.
Look at it again. Range Resources showing that ball just off the plate in.
There's the 1-1 outside. 2 balls and a strike. I guess Bob was giving Greg the business last night because Greg takes his reading glasses off to read.
That's interesting. Odd.
Well, Bob's letting me borrow a pair. I've worn them for the very first time and realized how much I wasn't reading without them.
We're all wearing glasses nowadays.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It's kind of feel old with these things on, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can see over there great, but, you know, take these off to read.
I have to look under mine to read because I'm nearsighted, so I need these to look far away. Typically, only at night do I need them.
Well, these are Bob's. Bob let me borrow. He has several pairs of these because he knows he loses them. So he travels with extras. He said, "Here, take these till you get your own." I said, "All right."
And you see Greg, he must be reading.
Yeah, he's got his off, so he's reading.
Walker Ellis wears his to read. Engineer in the back.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
The youngsters, see what you have to look forward to.
Yeah.
4 eyes.
About the mid-40s, they start deteriorating somewhat. The vision.
I hope I never get to the point where I need them to read. I don't want to do the bifocal thing.
So you're the opposite of me. You can see up close fine, but far away you have a problem, and I'm the other way. 3-2 runner goes, and this one is looped into shallow center field. That'll get down. And the throw to third, and Upton will be in safely. Montero 2 for 2.
If Andrew comes up firing, I think he gets Upton. Upton didn't even look to see where the ball was. He just got up and took off. And if you come up firing, I think you have a shot. Jam shot. You see it here. Upton, he slides. He's not even looking. He's looking in right field. Took an extra step there from Andrew.
He's out there saying, which way did it go? Justin Upton at third, Miguel Montero at first, and Chris Young at the plate. Young doubled, stole third, and then was thrown out trying to advance on a ground ball to third. Base hit. Upton scores. It's 4-1. RBI number 70 for Chris Young. His second hit of the afternoon.
Trying to come inside again. That one off the plate. Boy, he pull his hands in nicely. Very rarely do you see a right-handed hitter able to keep that ball fair and hit it on the screws. Saw that last night as well from Chris Young. Hit a ball in the left center on a pitch that was in off the plate. 2 rocket shots in the left.
Lyle Overbay takes up high for a ball. Overbay walked his first time up and ended up with his second stolen base of the season. He was a trail runner and a double steal. Diamondbacks stole a franchise best 4 bases in the bottom of the first. 4 runs on 7 hits for Arizona, batting in the bottom of the third. 2 on, nobody out, and action in the Pirates bullpen. Jared Hughes, 6'7" right-hander, starting to throw. Two 2-0 to Lyle Overbay.
Fastball count. 2-0. This is dangerous.
Overbay up in the air down the left field side. Long run for Presley, and he will not be able to get it just into the seats.
And it's kind of been the year for Lyle Overbay. He knows what he's getting. It's a 2-0 count. He's going to get a fastball and can't catch up to it. And you can see Alex just running out of room. Ball just doesn't fade away here like most parts. I'm guessing the thin air. You see a lot more slice in humidity.
Pitch inside to Overbay. Yeah, last night, I don't know what the humidity is today. I know last night it was a whopping 6%. Very, very low humidity in the desert.
No wind.
But double that at game time here, 12% I'm being told. And the roof closed. I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
And we're talking about glasses earlier. Wearing contacts in the desert, not fun. I wore contacts when I played, and man, that was an issue. Trying to keep them wet.
3-1 to Overbay. He walked for the second time, and now the bases are full. And the leash is getting shorter and shorter on Ross Ohlendorf today. And Clint Hurdle going to the bullpen. So Hurdle coming out to get Ross Ohlendorf as Ross lasts 2+ innings. Nobody out. Bases full of D-backs. And a big challenge now for the rookie right-hander, Jared Hughes.
It's unique, not just in size. If you ever talk to him, he's assertive, and he has manners times manners. So he respects everything at this level. He fears nothing at this level, which is also refreshing to see from a first-time player.
Clint Hurdle on Jared Hughes through 8 games. He's got some zeros up there.
Manners squared for Hughes. Pretty impressive. Big man.
Yeah.
Simple approach.
It's okay for him to be rude to the Diamondbacks hitters, however. Don't worry about your manners now, Jared. Comes in a very tough spot. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Facing Ryan Roberts. Deals him a strike. Jared Hughes out of Long Beach State. And that picture tells the story for Ross Ohlendorf today. Obviously extremely disappointed in his outing. Just 2+. 4 earned runs to the moment, 8 hits, walked 2, struck out 1.
You got a feel for Ross Ohlendorf too. Just a big man, but obviously intelligent, but a nice man, engaging, and you know he's working hard and doing the best he can, and frustrated. And I'm sure he's got to be pondering what his future holds.
1-1 to Ryan Roberts. And down the left field line, and that's going to drop in. Montero scores. Young behind him. Overbay to third, and a double at plates 2. 6-1.
Something off speed. It was supposed to be away, as you can see where Pagnozzi sets up. That's a slider that didn't slide. Came back in. You know, it's probably his second best pitch in a big situation. That's a tough time to miss location-wise with it, as it stays fair down the line. Tattoo man.
Those 2 runs charged to Ohlendorf. Still responsible for Overbay at third. Robertson at second. Pirate infield in. And Parra takes low ball 1.
I hate the fact too that every time somebody gets a hit, they have to do something and signal the dugout in some sort of celebratory way. Drives me nuts.
We see a lot of that out of Milwaukee.
Everywhere. It's all through baseball. It's virus. He had some sort of chainsaw maneuver.
The chainsaw maneuver. You want to demonstrate? I'd like to see it. Ground ball to second.
Got him at second.
And Walker took the out. Roberts was way off second base, but ended up getting an out of it. Nobody advanced. 1 out.
Nobody out over Bay. Obviously seeing it staying home unless it's going through. Lack of communication with Roberts. He was probably celebrating when he was told what to do on a ball on the ground, so he broke through third. But Neil Walker doesn't go to second.
Wade Miley grounded to short. 0 for 1. Infield stays in with runners at second and third. Pitch outside for ball.
You got the pitcher up. It would have, if you get the runner Roberts at second, you have a first and third situation. You would have been given a bunt here with Miley. Hopefully he does what most pitchers do and makes an out without producing anything.
Two balls and no strikes. Wade Miley originally drafted out of high school and then decided to go to college instead. The Diamondbacks got him out of southeastern Louisiana. And Jared Hughes way behind him, 3-0. Going to come after somebody. The pitcher would be the guy.
He's only walked one batter in his 8 innings.
3-0 delivery. And that is in for a strike. No, beg your pardon. Ball 4. Wow. Didn't miss by much.
Let's see what the strike zone here says. Off the inside edge.
Tonight, after Pirates postgame, stick around for a rematch of the 2009 Stanley Cup Finals when the Detroit Red Wings take the ice against your Penguins in their preseason opener tonight at 7, only on Root Sports. Time to drop the puck on the preseason. Bloomquist will take a strike. I know here in Arizona, the Phoenix Coyotes taking on the Los Angeles Kings, and kind of a page out of baseball. It's a split squad game tonight.
Oh yeah,
preseason. I don't know where the other squad's going, but they're referring to it as a split squad game here.
Never heard of them. Not in the NHL.
Three runs in this inning for Arizona. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Bloomquist fouls this one off. 3 runs in the first, 3 runs here in the third. Pirates' lone run came off the bat of Ryan Ludwig, a solo homer to left in the second. Struck him out.
There's the good breaking ball. Maybe the best breaking ball I've seen Hughes throw. He's thrown so many good sinkers, and that slider starts right on the outside edge. Bloomquist sees it as a fastball, doesn't pick up the spin, offers at it. Big strikeout.
2 outs and Aaron Hill the batter. Hill with a base hit on a bunt in the first inning. Stole a base, came around to score, and was hit by a pitch his second time up and caught stealing in the second. Overbay is at third base, and Ryan Roberts at second. On first, Wade Miley. Quickly, Hughes getting ahead of Aaron Hill. No balls, 2 strikes to the second baseman. 333 with the bases loaded. He has hit 1 out of the yard this season. 5 out of 12 with the bases full. Here comes the 0-2 from Hughes. And that slider again and darted out of the zone. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Yankees and the Rays. Yankees trying to help out their rivals, the Red Sox, in the wild card. I guess the Yankees probably feel it's more fun with Boston alive in the postseason than with Tampa.
Personally, I want Tampa Bay to come back, but I think that now, I don't know, just because it's not it's supposed to happen, but there's nothing better than Boston, New York in the postseason.
2-2, and Hill fouls it off.
I mean, that it's what you expect almost every year nowadays. Yankees, Red Sox, and that heated rivalry makes for pretty good postseason. See if they can get by the Tigers and the Rangers.
Yeah, Tigers pretty good. Rangers also. Rangers can do some hitting. Rangers 5 games in front of the Angels. Right now they're getting closer to clinching. Detroit, the only team in the American League that's had the champagne celebration so far.
Same record as Texas.
Philadelphia is clinched in the National League East. They're the only National League team to have clinched. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Hill. Bases full, 2 outs, and Upton on deck.
We'll see what we get here from Hughes. He's throwing a good slider. He's been missing a lot of fastballs on his arm side. And almost has to go with the sinker here.
Here's the payoff. Another foul ball hit up the left side. Glenn Hurdle ordering up something from the bullpen.
He's been pretty much a 1-inning guy, and I think Holt wants to overtax Hughes.
Please Rojas. Looks like he's going to get somebody ready. 9th pitch of the at bat. Hughes to Hill. And they'll go to double digits.
And it's like sometimes Hughes gets on top of that ball a little bit more and gets more downward action. And that sinker didn't so much run inside as he's got a little smile on his face, enjoying the competition here. And sometimes that sinker just kind of runs down and in. And that last one broke straight down, almost 12-6.
Daniel Moscas now warming up. Payoff again. And this one drilled to left field. A base hit. Overbay scores. Roberts rumbling in right behind him. It is now 8-1. With Overbay scoring, that closes the book on Ross Ohlendorf. Ohlendorf will be charged for 7 runs. And Jared Hughes now has given up his first run as a major league pitcher as Roberts scores.
Well, you see, he wasn't giving in. The 10th pitch of the at bat right down Main Street. Flattened out a little bit. And Hill made the adjustment to the sinker. He was out in front and on top. This one he stays inside and through.
Big inning for Arizona's. Upton will come up for the 2nd time this inning. Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Tonight's schedules: Baltimore at Boston. The Red Sox already know the Yankees have one in the books over Tampa Bay, with another game to come between the Yanks and Rays. Atlanta and Florida, New York and St. Louis. St. Louis still trailing the Braves by 2.5 games. Still a chance for the Cardinals for the wild card. Atlanta trying to hang on there. And San Francisco takes on Los Angeles tonight. The Dodgers and Giants. Giants 5.5 back. Dodgers eliminated, 11 out. But if San Francisco wants to have any opportunity, they've got to do some damage. Up in the air to left. And Presley retires up to big inning for the Diamondbacks. 5 runs come in.
Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT. Let's go Bucks.
Back at Chase Field, the Pirates chasing Arizona now, 8-1. 9 hits for the Diamondbacks, just 1 for the Bucks, and it was a solo home run by Ryan Ludwig in the 2nd inning. Time to take a look at our AT Mobility trivia question for today. Pirates have won 35 games on the road this season. When was the last time they won more than 35 on the road? I'm guessing years now.
Yeah.
I'd say probably wasn't as long ago as you think. I want to go with 05.
You know, I caught that somewhere in my research today, that answer, so I don't feel like I should answer.
No?
Yeah, I'm on top of that one.
Well, you got here early. Research today.
I wasn't a broadcasting. It was still employed by the Pirates.
You were coaching?
Yep.
0-2 to McCutchen. Miley deals ball inside and low. And Pirates more than doubling their road win total from a year ago. That was one of the questions. I think you probably got it a lot too on the Winter Caravan and at Pirate Fest, where fans would say, what are we going to do about this road record? I know Clint Hurdle got that question a lot. Well, the road record's improved.
Well, the overall record has improved. This team played pretty good baseball for 4 months. Unfortunately, with some injuries, and you know, I mean, it would have been hard for our starting staff to keep up the pace that they had through the first 4 months. It was so impressive.
McCutcheon, solid shot to left, and that one is knocked down by Parr, and that hurt him. And McCutcheon still running. He's into second base.
I wonder where it got him. Maybe in the hand. It's lucky he didn't get this up in the face area. Where does it go? Oh, right in the belly. I'm sure he's got a washboard underneath that shirt. He'll be okay. And that's what you have to do so it doesn't go to the wall. Give up your body.
McCutcheon into second base.
To start.
Derek Lee flying to center field. 0 for 1. His 6th homer as a Pirate last night in the 8th. Stretched by Wade Miley. Looks back at second base at McCutcheon. And Lee takes a strike. We were talking about the Caravan and Pirate Fest. New dates coming up. Typically, you see it in mid to late January. That's not the case. It's going to be before Christmas this year.
Good Christmas idea.
Yeah. Lee pulls this one foul. Saturday, December 17th. Sunday, December 18th.
I'm sure people don't think of that around Christmas. What better Christmas gift than Pirate Fest tickets or season tickets? You can get them at Pirate Fest.
And Friday, December 16th, it's open to season ticket holders only. So if you're a season ticket holder or thinking about becoming one, you get the first dibs at Pirate Fest.
Come down, get an autograph from one of your favorite players. That could be a nice gift for somebody.
Record crowd last year, so there'll be some more space this year.
There's always giveaways, prizes.
Lee to right field. And McCutcheon will come around third. He'll score easily. It's 8-2 as McCutcheon doubles and scores, and now Derek Lee picks up another RBI, his 17th.
Soft serve. Look at that. The reach by the big man Derek Lee. And almost like he knew it was going to be out there and just flicked it. That ball was about 6-8 inches off the plate. And Andrew McCutcheon, he sees that it's safely down and just a jog in the park. Not that he's jogging, but 3/4 speed is faster than most. Not saying he was going 3/4, but when we see him go into that next gear, it's a blur.
He's got an overdrive. He puts it above fifth. 1-0 to Walker. Nobody out. Lee at first. And a strike is called. We're just talking about Pirate Fest here. Just another note on that. It's before Christmas, and again, tickets make a great Christmas idea. Saturday, December 17th, individual game tickets are going to go on sale earlier than in the past. And there's nothing like waking up Christmas morning, reaching in the stocking, and there's a ticket package for you.
Sure.
Visit Pirates.com. Get more details. 2012 season ticket packages are available right now. And you want to get involved now so you can take part in some of the exclusive off-season events that season ticket holders get a chance to participate in, involving players and members of the staff. Maybe we'll see him at Pirate Fest.
Maybe he'll get into the pierogi eating contest. Will he be back?
We'd like to see him at Pirate Fest. We'll see. 2-2 to Walker. A little roller to the left side. Force out at second of D. Lee. Fielder's choice for Neal. Coming up the day after tomorrow is the final Free Shirt Friday of the season. 7:05. It's the Bucks and the Reds, and all fans get that T-shirt right there, courtesy of the International Union of Operating Engineers, local number 66. Federal Street's open for pregame. The Barrel Kia Block Party, live music and festivities. Make your plans. Come out early. Pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. Last one of the year. And those have been so successful and so popular on Friday nights. In 2011, and some really nice designs. And what's neat is because they've been so well attended, you go around town, you see people wearing the shirts so often that they got to the Pirates game.
They're everywhere. Good idea. Greatly received.
Two balls, no strikes to Ludwig. One out. Walker the runner at first. 2-1. In the second inning, Ludwig got a hold of this one.
Hanging changeup. You hang it. He'll bang it.
2-ball, 1-strike pitch coming from Miley.
It's almost a pitch you can erase from your memory too. Early in the ball game, you face a guy, take him deep, whatever that pitch is, chances are you won't see it again. He really hasn't thrown many breaking balls, mostly fastballs.
Wow. Brian Gorman rings up Ludwig. I don't think Ludwig agrees. He's trying to be nice about it.
Take a look from this side, and he has an argument.
He can't believe it. Hitters generally know, don't they, John?
Yeah, you have a pretty good idea. I mean, there's some that are kind of in between, that you just kind of hold your breath when they appeal.
Brandon Wood takes outside.
But you typically know when you held up. You know when you went too far. But there's those ones that are close. I didn't think that one was that close.
Neither did Ryan Ludwig. Wood toward the left field line. A long run for Parra. He won't get it. That bounces in, and Walker safely in at third base, and Wood at second with a double.
Perfectly placed. Hit a ball pretty hard the other way his first time up. It went nowhere. Caught right in front of the track. This time off the end of the bat. And there's a lot of room in that outfield. And Parra was leaning a little towards left center with Wood up there. So he had a long way to go. Second and third, 2 outs. Matt Pagnozzi, a base hit here. Cuts the lead in half.
9th double with the Pirates. 10th overall if you count the one he had with the Angels. That's still a weird topic for me, is when a guy moves from league to league, their stats don't count, but when he's traded in the same league, they do.
Yeah.
I could see it without interleague play, but with interleague play it doesn't make any sense. I'd like to get the explanation. I've asked a couple of times. Maybe I'm not asking the right people, because everybody gives you the shoulder shrug and says, "Oh, it's just the way it is." One-0 to Pagnozzi. And for some guys, maybe they didn't do so well in the other league, and they're glad to be able to start over again.
Yeah. A miserable year. Nothing wrong. Mid-season, to start from scratch. That's how I felt all the time when I got sent down. I have a decent average now.
Start all over. Derek Lee's numbers in Baltimore: 246, 12 homers and 41 runs batted in. In Pittsburgh, 342, 6 and 16.
Fastball there at 91. Pagnozzi. Pretty good rip at. Battle here with 2 strikes.
Micah Owings preparing himself to come into the ball game again. 1 ball, 2 strike offering from Wade Miley. And Pagnozzi goes down on strikes. Montero picked it out of the dirt, so strikeout 2-3 the putout. Buccos get a run on 3 hits. 8-2 heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Welcome home for Brandon Woods, who spent most of his life growing up in nearby Scottsdale. He was playing Little League here. He grew up, went to Horizon High School. The Los Angeles Angels drafted him in the 2003 draft in the 1st round. But this is his first chance of playing baseball in the town that he did grow up in. And when he got here, he was going through all his photos. He was telling me about it, and there was one in particular that stood out. He was in a Pirates uniform. It was when he was playing Little League. He looked at me, handed it to me, and he said, "This one's priceless, right?"
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to see how he looks now in a Pirate uniform compared to how he looked then. Wood with a double in the 4th inning, 1 for 2 today. 1-0 pitch from Daniel Moscas. 2-0 to Montero. You know who else was a Pirate in Little League was recently drafted? Josh Bell.
Yeah.
He's still in the instructional league in Florida. Saw some photos of him when he came in to meet the press after draft day.
I think my first team was I was an Expo, and I remember going to Three River Stadium watching the Pirates and Expos and trying to figure out who I should root for. Being that I was an Expo.
I mean, you figured you were part of the organization at that point, right?
Yeah.
As a 9-year-old kid or whatever. Up high to Montero. 3-1.
Trying to get in there, just got away from him. Yeah. Like it elevated in there.
Full count. Speaking of draft choices, Garrett Cole, #1 pick, is going to represent the Pirates in the Arizona Fall League. He'll be with the Mesa Club. Montero drops this one into right field in front of Ludwig. Miguel Montero is having himself an afternoon. He is 3 for 3. 2 base hits and a 2-run home run.
It's pretty good competition for Garrett Cole. Jump in the professional ball, playing against top prospects, some double, triple A guys.
Well, his teammate at UCLA, Trevor Bauer, was the 3rd overall selection taken by the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And he signed real early, and they sent him to Double A. He was pitching in the Double A playoffs for Mobile. So not only did he move up the ladder quickly, but they used him in the postseason in Double A. This year. 1-0 coming from Moskos to Chris Young. Garrett Cole still in Bradenton right now. But I'll bet that he is chomping at the bit to pitch against some hitters.
Well, no question.
Having guys stand in against him at the level he wants, and it'll be neat to see. It's sort of the same path that Steven Strasburg of the Nationals had when he was taken a couple of years ago. He didn't pitch at all for the remainder of the summer because he signed at the deadline and then went to the fall league. Strike 1 to Young.
Hopefully, see a rapid rise for Garrett Cole. You talk to some scouts out there. They've seen him pitch. At the amateur level. Some I've heard compare him to Justin Verlander.
Young pops this one up, middle of the infield. Who's got it? Neil Walker. And Brandon Wood conversing over who called it. Lyle Overbay back up. Overbay has walked twice and scored once. Overbay starting today. The youngster Paul Goldschmidt had started last night and Monday night. And it's kind of tough for a veteran like Overbay, plays first base, when you've got the young guy, the future, one of the best prospects in the system, and they've got him playing the same position you do.
Yeah.
So what do you think the organization does? They want to go with the younger guy, see what he can do. And Overbay filling in here and there. Breaking ball stood him up. Strike 2.
Look at the younger guy is been more productive overall.
He's been very productive. Goldschmidt's pretty good. Nothing in 2 to Lyle Overbay. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Walker flips to Siriaco for 1. Back to first. That's a double play. Overbay hits into the twin killing. Moskos gets out of the inning. We'll go to the 5th. Pirates down 8-2. Today, the Pirates have won 35 games on the road this season. When was the last time they won more than 35 road games?
I think I read 2003.
I guess 2005. You're guessing 2003. And Rock is right. 2003. 36 road wins. Franchise record 50 in 1979. But the Pirates have more than doubled their road wins from a year ago. Thanks to AT&T for our trivia question today. Wade Miley facing Josh Harrison. Harrison off the bench to hit in the 9 spot to start the top of the 5th. One ball and no strikes to Harrison. Hasn't had a hit as a pinch hitter. Harrison facing Miley. Went 4-2 in Double-A. Was promoted July 1st to Triple-A Reno. And made his big league debut on the 20th of August. Harrison goes a long way to right field. This one going back, and it is caught at the wall. Josh Harrison gave it a ride, and Justin Upton caught up with it.
Ball carries pretty well here in this ballpark. Thought maybe he had a chance. Fastball up, out over the plate. I think Miley was a little worried about this one. Jay left the batter's box thinking it had a chance.
And a strike call to Alex Presley, the leadoff man. He is 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs to Hill at second base. Nothing in 2 now. Daniel McCutchen up. Pirates going to have to use the bullpen today. Day off tomorrow gives them an extra day of rest. Ollendorf will get one more start, by the way. That'll be the Tuesday game in Milwaukee. The second to last game of the season is his last scheduled start. And then after that, in the final game, Pirates have said they have some options there. Not sure exactly at this moment what they're going to do. Jeff Locke could get another start. He will start Friday against the Reds. So Locke could get another start. Aaron Thompson could get a start. Brian Burris' name has been mentioned, or it could be a bullpen by committee type day. Base hit to center field by Presley. It is now 1 for 3. Look ahead at the remainder of the season. Friday and Saturday, 6:30 for Pirates pregame. Sunday at 1. And the final series of the year at Miller Park in Milwaukee. 7:30, 7:30, and 7:30 here on Root Sports.
Certainly a lot of options in the bullpen and on the bench as well.
Pedro Siriaco fouls it on. Pedro 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first, grounded to second in the third. Yeah, 39 guys active right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As far as the bullpen and how much it's used today, it shouldn't be a concern.
Well, you got more.
Miley has shown pretty decent command. Not pinpoint by any means, but has been throwing strikes. Certainly helps to be out there with a 3-0, then an 8-1 lead.
Pirates runs have come on a Ryan Ludwig solo homer in the second inning, and then after McCutchen doubled to lead off the fourth, he was driven in by a base hit off the bat of Derek Lee. 5-run third inning for the Diamondbacks has been the big inning. 3-run first on a 2-run home run by Miguel Montero. 2-run double by Ryan Roberts in the third led the way. Miley's 1-2 to Siriaco. Goes to second for one. Too late at first. And Siriaco, the former Diamondbacks farmhand, beats the throw.
You don't see this one too often where the pitcher is throwing to the second baseman, but with the ball to Miley's right, the shortstop has to hold his ground. He's got to make sure one. Siriaco, kind of silly to make this throw to first with Siriaco's good wheels.
Yeah, Siriaco, along with Chris Snyder, coming over last year at the deadline from the Diamondbacks. And the Pirates sent in return Ryan Church, Bobby Crosby, and DJ Carrasco. Both Snyder and Siriaco with the Pirates, and neither of those three with the Diamondbacks. For Siriaco, they looked to play him a little bit in the outfield. He played left field for a bit against the Dodgers on the weekend. Played some center field in minor leagues and in spring training. I think that maybe he could become a super utility guy.
Yeah. Certainly could play some outfield.
1-2 to McCutchen. 1 for 1 this afternoon with a walk and a run scored. And a 1-2 from Miley. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overbay holding on Siriaco. 3-2.
I figure he has to come at you with a fastball here. You don't want to walk anybody up 6 runs. D. Lee lurking on deck.
And the payoff is hit hard down to third base, picked up by Roberts. Throws out McCutchen. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Halfway home in Arizona, 8-2 Diamondbacks. Pirates heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. 10 hits for Arizona, 5 for the Pirates. Let's take a look at today's AGH Sports Medicine injury update. Hunter Pence of the Phillies left game 1 of the doubleheader with the Nationals yesterday. And patellar tendonitis is the cause of that. Didn't play in game 2. He'll undergo an MRI on his knee today. That's going to be an issue certainly for the Phillies if he misses any important time after the regular season is over. A guy who certainly will be a factor in the postseason. They went out and got him and made a big splash. We were there when he arrived on the scene, John, and what a scene it was in Philadelphia. But Hunter Pence going to be re-examined, and they'll find out if he'll be limited or not down the stretch or early in the postseason.
Well, if it's just patella tendonitis, and I know it could be nagging, but it's the postseason, and knowing and seeing Hunter Pence all these years, I don't think tendonitis keeps him out.
Ryan Roberts had a 2-run double in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. Daniel McCutchen is the new Pirates pitcher. He deals a strike to Roberts. '70th appearance for McCutchen.
He scuffled the last month or so. Let's see how long he goes here. Get back on track. Some bizarre things happening when Daniel McCutchen is on the mound as well. It was him pitching when the ball, home run ball that went off of Presley's glove, correct?
Yes. Yeah, it turned into 3 earned runs for him.
Miscommunication in L.A. between Xavier Paul and Presley, and right center ball dropped.
Two balls and 2 strikes. That play, by the way, was reviewed by the league. The Alex Presley off the glove home run, and they ruled it a home run. The committee that reviews those things popped up, and Josh Harrison now at 3rd base, right by the coach's box with the catch.
Now, I won't disagree with what the league ruled as far as it being a home run, but if that same play happened in the middle of the outfield in the grass, it's an error 100% of the time. If you're stumbling, if you're backpedaling, if you're turning around, you know, it doesn't matter. If you have a ball and you're backpedaling on the grass and you drop it, it's an error 100% of the time.
Parra takes ball 1. But when have you ever seen it called an error when it's a home run, a ball off a guy's glove?
That's what I mean.
Never.
We've seen it a number of times, and that's why they ruled it a home run.
Yeah. One ball and 1 strike. This one to left center field, and that'll drop in. Parra, 1-out single. Well, Wade Miley is done for the day, and a pinch hitter coming up for Arizona, Sean Burroughs. What an at-bat Burroughs had last night in a pinch hitting role. In the 7th inning. Against Jose Veras, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It was Chris LaRue.
Oh, you're right. Earlier in the ball game.
Yeah, it was Chris LaRue, and he battled him and battled him and battled him. Wade Miley's first start against the Pirates is through. And he's got to feel pretty good about what he has done here today. Giving up just the 2 runs.
Wasn't especially sharp. You can see he has pretty good stuff. Doesn't always know where it's going. For a moment there in the 4th, didn't know if he was going to be able to stick around through 5, as Kirk Gibson had Micah Owings up in the bullpen in the 4th, but got the big out of Pagnozzi with 2 on, 2 out. Fairly clean 5th.
So he qualifies for a decision, and his teammates' bats have come alive, putting 8 runs up on 11 hits. So he leaves after 5 with a 6-run lead. Sean Burroughs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gerardo Parra's at first. And McCutcheon's 1-1. Goes to first instead. In case you joined us late in the first inning, the Diamondbacks stole 4 bases, a franchise record. And Parra going again here. Pagnozzi throws, not in time. Gerardo Parra with a stolen base.
6-run lead in the 5th. I guess this is more and more common nowadays to see runners taking off. And part of it is, I guess, because runners are likely to take off in a 6-run lead, you have to hold them on. No lead safe nowadays, I guess.
127 stolen bases as a team now. They're in second behind the Padres, who have stolen 164. They passed the Dodgers today. Dodgers 123 steals after last night's game with the Giants.
Kirk Gibson's day, if somebody stole a base, is Squibber to Jay Hay.
Well, Derek Lee had to fight that one. And he gets Burroughs. 5-3 on the put out, and Parra stays at second. Back to the top of the order, the shortstop Willie Bloomquist.
Jay Hay just in for defense after pinch hitting. Ball took off on him a little bit. D. Lee had to stretch out that big frame, and Sean Burroughs, second lease on life, back in the big leagues this year. No urgency going down to first.
Bloomquist takes inside. 1-0. Bloomquist extended his hitting streak to 14 games with a single in the first inning. Grounded to Walker at second, and then struck out swinging in the third. Gerardo Parra, the runner at second. Going to chase one down. This Diamondbacks team has really retooled their personnel over the last few years. Finding a spare part here and a spare part there. And this year, certainly it's worked out.
Well, definitely the surprise of the National League. Who would have thunk it?
Kevin Towers now the general manager here. 15 years at GM. He'd been with the Padres for a long time. And has taken over the reins here in Arizona. They've got to be pretty pleased with the ball club. Guy's got a lot of experience. There's KT. Kevin Towers, a pretty good guy too. Here comes the 2-2. 3-2. Pagnozzi and McCutcheon trying to get on the same page now. Full count, 2 outs to Bloomquist. Got him right by him. Bloomquist throws the bat. He goes down swinging for the second time in a row. Lee, Walker, and Ludwig coming up. Randy Johnson out of the gates, blowing away Luis Gonzalez, Matt Williams, and Mark Grace. See, this stuff can come back to bite you later on. Every dog has his day. And Mark Grace, who hasn't won yet this year, may not win one, but Matt Williams won the other night.
Williams is like staring at him from the corner of his eye, got a little fish eye going. He didn't like it.
Derek Lee hits one well, deep, and this one is way out of here. Derek Lee's second home run in as many games, and that was a bomb. It is 8-3. How do you like that? You're not going to see too many deeper than that. It was way up over the 413 mark and up high.
I know there's only a handful of games left, and D. Lee's going to figure out what his future holds. But the way he's been swinging the bat, look at Micah Owings. He didn't want to watch. And this guy still has some talent. My goodness.
You think of the production we've seen from Derek Lee. Again, missed a month with the injury once he came over to the Pirates. Imagine a full season of this guy in this lineup. Walker broke his bat, Overbay couldn't make the play, and Neil Walker's got himself aboard.
D. Lee in great shape. You leave it out over the plate like that, that's pretty much middle. He's made a pretty good living on pitches like that. And take a look at where it lands. Whoa! Look at that hit the wall back there.
We got to find somebody to estimate the distance on that. That was one of the longer home runs we've seen all season. Base hit is the ruling for Walker. And Owings delivers to Ludwig, who fouls it back.
Owings coming back to Arizona and pitching well. 7-0 record. He's had a few starts, but most of his work out of the bullpen.
Ludwig hits this one well. Parra makes the running catch.
It's not exactly getting Pirate hitters off balance. 3 hard hit balls in a row.
Brandon Wood. He takes outside. He doubled his last time up. 1 for 2. I know Brandon's had a pretty good trip home. One of the things that travel affords you as a baseball player. Oftentimes you're going to get either near or to your hometown eventually. While in the American League with the Angels, he had spring training here, but did not get to play here regularly as a player. But now in the National League, gets a chance to do that. Goes to right field, hit pretty well, but the ballpark's going to hold it. Upton will make the catch. Matt Pagnozzi coming to the plate. Lacey Collins has more.
I was asking him about when he first came to Chase Field. He grew up here. He was born in Miami. Population 2,000, but spent most of his life growing up in Phoenix. Lives in Chandler now. He said the first time he came here, they were still in the middle of building it. He said, but for one day, he was a bat boy when the St. Louis Cardinals came to visit. That's, of course, when his uncle Tom Pagnozzi was catching for him. He said it was really neat. It was 1998, and that was when Mark McGwire, of course, was hitting bombs for the Cardinals.
Certainly great memories for Matt as a kid, without question.
Pagnozzi. Short period of time here to make an impression.
Pagnozzi from Miami, Arizona.
Population 2,000. Not Miami of Ohio.
No. Two 1 to Pagnozzi. Throw to first instead.
I think Miami of Florida has to have a couple million.
Oh, you'd know pretty well. Spent a bunch of time down there. A little bigger than Miami, Arizona.
Yeah. Get away, get away, get away, get away.
And Overbay with a great catch. Retires Pagnozzi. Wow, Overbay just hung with it.
Just enough room.
And the catch. And the out.
Bin Furniture, featuring handcrafted Amish furniture. Let's go Bucks!
The beautiful Arizona desert. What a great shot that is. Dressed hoping for success today. A lot of Pirate fans here. There's a lot of folks in the West relocated. You know, folks coming from the East. A lot of Pirate fans here. 8-3 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 6th. Aaron Hill leads off against Daniel McCutcheon. Hill has a couple of hits today. 2-run single in the 3rd, a bunt base hit, stolen base, and a run scored back in the 1st. He's also been hit by a pitch for the 2nd consecutive day. Ryan Shaw ready to throw again. 1-1 pitch and fouled off. A pretty nice play by Overbay to end that inning.
Yeah, I'd say going into the railing over there, not really knowing where he was, feeling it getting closer. Just enough range for Overbay.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Hill, his former teammate in Toronto. Got a couple of those guys around here. John McDonald, who is on the bench, backup shortstop, also was there with the Blue Jays with Lyle last year.
Yes, sir. Lind. Hill. Why did I just call him Lind? And Hill. 36 home runs just a couple of years ago. 108 RBIs. Production's fallen off since then.
Harrison, a diving stop. Throws to get him. What a play by Josh Harrison, the toy cannon.
Boy, have we seen some defense from our third baseman this series. Now, this thing, how quickly he got up is amazing. Watch how fast he gets up. It was like he didn't even land on the ground. It was like a trampoline. Somehow he just gets up so quickly, fires a strike. And the hop he had to pick here too. The ball on the way up. Gets it clean. And if he doesn't do it that quickly, Hill is safe.
Upton takes a strike on the inside corner. Well, we look back at what Pedro Alvarez did last night, and granted he did have an error in the game, but still one of his best defensive games. Flying all over the place, and Harrison with a very, very above average play. You know why he got up so quick? I think he bounced up.
Yeah, that amazed me more than anything. It's a tough hop to come up with that ball cleanly, but to get up as quickly as he did, ridiculous. I mean, this is in slow motion. Watch how quickly he's off the dirt.
He's bouncing up anyway.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Justin Upton. Upton's had a hand on a couple of Diamondbacks runs this afternoon. Sacrifice fly in the first, and then a single on the infield in the 3rd inning. He'd come around to score. Fouls it back. Who's the best guy you played with who could make that play? Just take a ball away from the hole like that.
That's a good question. I mean, that play right there, I mean, I don't know if I've seen that. What Harrison just did, I don't recall seeing that. That should be all over the highlight reels. Where a guy gets that tough of a hop and gets down and back up that quickly. Now, obviously, there's the Scott Rowlands and the Zimmermans that are outstanding defensively. But I guarantee you those guys are applauding this play.
And he has something on that throw, too. Pagnozzi out to visit with McCutchen, giving home plate umpire Mike Muszynski just a moment of time to get a breather after he took a foul ball. Fans, you can visit the official online shop of the Pirates at Pirates.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the Pirates.com shop. Justin up to the deep center. There's McCutchen on the track. 2 gone for the Diamondbacks in the 6th. Barrel Automotive league leader stat. Extra base hits a big deal, and Miguel Montero with 1 extra base hit today. He has 3 hits in the afternoon, but 482. It's 20 more than the Cardinals. Barrel Automotive definitely worth the click. 3 extra base hits today for the Diamondbacks. 2 outs, base is empty, and a strike delivered by Daniel McCutchen. Pretty good series too, 500. Miguel Montero, born in Caracas, Venezuela, lives in the area in Chandler, Arizona. To Derek Lee, he'll toss on to first, and Daniel McCutchen got some help from the defense. Josh Harrison makes a terrific play. He'll lead off in the 7th.
How about Ozzie Smith? Watch how quickly he gets up. And I was thinking third baseman, but as a shortstop, nobody better than the Wizard of Oz. Again, down, back up, almost like one movement. Watch Jay-Hay. Down, back up. I almost want to say Jay-Hay might have been a tad bit quicker than the Wizard.
Saying something when you're talking about Ozzie Smith.
Oh, and we were...
now, if we see Harrison do a cartwheel, that would impress me.
In the early 90s, Ray Miller, when he was pitching coach of the Pirates, he used to have a little piece of... He'd have a piece of paper with the diamond drawn, and he'd circle a big, enormous area and say, the next 3 days, don't hit it here. And basically covered from the pitcher's mound to second to almost all the way to third, halfway out into center. Circle would go through about a third of the left field grass as well. But yeah, Ozzie Smith was pretty impressive, to say the least. Cartwheel stuff, no, that's silly.
The flip, not the... I mean, he did the backflip.
That has nothing to do with baseball. It's silly.
First time you saw it, weren't you? I mean, look, you haven't seen a guy do that.
Stumpy Clapp or whatever his name
Stubby
was.
Clapp?
Yeah.
Down to the right field corner, and this gets away and bounces out of play for a double.
Yeah. 2 good at bats for Jay-Hay, too. Took one to the wall, pinch hitting in the 5th. Unfortunately, Upton was able to catch it. Here leading off the 7th. He got tied up a little bit on this one, but was inside it, had a little bit of slice away from Jay up into the bullpen. Yeah, you remember Stubby Clapp?
Yeah.
Middle infielder. Played on the Canadian team. He was also a St. Louis Cardinal farmhand. And he did a silly little flip. Oh, one of my all-time favorite teammates. Played some in Montreal, Cleveland, up with the Bucks for a little while. Tim Laker, catcher. Times played some first base. We were playing Memphis. And Stubby Clapp came up and did his flip thing like Ozzy. And so Laker is a clown, got the attention of both dugouts and the umpires, and obviously the fans. That's something most fans probably watched, as he ran out and got himself set and promptly did 2 cartwheels and a somersault. Basically was rolling his way out to first base. And you'd have to know Tim Laker and to see it to appreciate it. But he was one of my all-time favorite teammates, Tim Laker. A treat.
2-2 to Alex Presley. Nobody out, runner at second. And Presley fouls it off. So here's the deal. Cartwheel to a backflip.
Is that a cartwheel or a front handspring?
You know, I don't know. Is it half gainer with a full twist?
Yeah, it's more of a front handspring.
2-2. Strike 3 call. Presley down on strikes. 1 for 4 for Alex.
Take a look at the strike zone. We've had it's an aggressive call by Mike Machlinski. He rings him up like he knows it's a strike, but our technology says otherwise. That made it even worse when you punched out looking on a bad pitch and he punched you up like
it was right down the middle.
Ugh.
Was that silly too?
No, that was sickening.
One of these days we're going to find something you do like.
Good baseball and winning.
Well, that's hard not to like. Garrett Jones' first plate appearance, the 0-1 pitch. Now he's behind 0-2. This was the call John was talking about. Pitch off the plate, and Machlinski rings him up.
Tom Hallion has a nice little ring him up. Turns his back to the infield.
Yeah, well, Tom does like he twists his torso all the way around.
Yeah. Twists it.
He doesn't make you guess. That's for certain.
Does the lawnmower.
The lawnmower. That's the second garden tool you've mentioned today. You mentioned the chainsaw maneuver early in the game. When it was Roberts got out to second base. Comebacker off the bat of Jones. Down to third goes Harrison. Chase Field in Phoenix. 25,296 on hand for the getaway day matinee. Folks eating dinner in Pittsburgh right now as it's the dinner time hour and getting set for some frozen pond tonight. They're going to drop the puck
back to back. It's amazing that's starting already.
Yeah. Pens in the wings. This one gets away, and here comes Harrison in to score. Well, the Pirates have cut the lead in half. It's 8-4.
Fourth run here, and Shaw just yanks this ball. And he's just frustrated because he dropped the comebacker as Jay reads it, scores easily. A couple of things for Shaw. These pitchers come in, it's 8-3 game. They don't want to give up runs. And he bobbled the comebacker, which probably would have kept Harrison at second. And then he yanks the ball in the dirt. So an earned run. And Jay, a couple of good at bats, great play.
Watch out. That was a rocket shot hit out of play. Well, I hope Steigerwald and Airy had a nice summer off. They go back to work tonight.
Yeah. Well, they'll argue all ahead. They get the summers off.
Yeah.
You know, that's their argument. Yeah, we work the winters, but they get to go out and golf.
McCutcheon thrown out by Aaron Hill. We've reached stretch time in Arizona. 8-4 Diamondbacks.
Remind you that baseball is a family sport, so get up and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" with D-backs organist Bobby Freeman.
You're watching Pirates Baseball. From the start in game one against the Rays, back spasms. And the Yankees beat the Rays 4-2 in game one, clinching their playoff spot. They'll clinch the AL East with a win in game two. The Mariners and A's could open the season next year in Japan. 2 regular season games and multiple exhibitions on tap, perhaps. And Bob Melvin signed a 3-year contract for the 2014 season to remain the skipper in Oakland. Wouldn't be the first time that teams have opened in Japan, certainly. The first time in a while. Evan Meek now. A little pitch for the Pirates.
He makes numbers. Still searching for that velocity. Has no pain. Feels pretty good. The ball's just not coming out of his hand like he's used to.
Chris Young, the center fielder, waits, and a pitch from Meek is high. Ball 1. So I'm going to ask you the question, but I think I already know the answer, John.
What's that?
This one hit deep to right center. Ryan Ludwig will make the catch. And 1 out. Well, what do you think of teams opening up overseas?
Oh, yeah. That's why I didn't say anything.
I thought I'd just bring it up anyway. Find something else you don't like.
I just was keeping my mouth shut. Yeah, guess you can read between the lines.
It's probably not as bad to go, but when you come back.
Yeah, that's got to be tough to come back, and I'm assuming you get a few days off, which is an eternity in baseball. 3 or 4 days off. I know they did that in the NHL, and you know, I want to say the teams took almost a week off, but NHL they only played 3 days a week as it is. But baseball, you'll get adjusted after a few days, but that's a long time to take off.
On the first baseline, Derek Lee handles it. Long throw to Meek. 2 down. When you go over to Asia, you usually wake up 1:32 in the morning and you feel like you've way overslept. You feel like eating lunch and dinner as opposed to sleeping. But it's tough going there, but I think it would be tougher coming back after getting used to the activity and the schedule there. But Mariners and A's, possibility they'll be doing it in 2012. And you can see why. They certainly love baseball in Japan, but a couple of players involved. Ichiro Suzuki, still massively popular in Japan, and Hideki Matsui for the A's.
Godzilla. And isn't there, I mean, Seattle, there's ties to Japan, correct?
Business-wise with Nintendo, I believe.
And so I'm thinking Japan kind of adopted the Mariner.
One ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Roberts. I think a lot of Mariner games, I don't know the exact number, but I'm sure they are seen in Japan. Here is the 1-2 from Meek. That's in the dirt. The Cubs and Mets played in Tokyo in 2000. And the Yankees and Rays did it in 2004. And Oakland has done it once before. They played the Boston Red Sox in 2008. I remember talking with Brandon Moss, former Pirate outfielder, now with the Phillies organization. He was with the Red Sox at the time and played in that series. And he did say that it was a bit challenging on the body coming back.
You know, I wouldn't be opposed to it if we played over there and got to broadcast. I'm all for seeing every part of the world, so a free trip across the world wouldn't be bad.
Well, I mean, I think it's only good if we broadcast the games.
Exactly.
Then it's worthwhile. You know, I don't want to read about it. I want to see it firsthand.
I'll deal with the jet lag.
3-2 to Ryan Roberts. That's a long way from Florida, though. Finish up spring training. Head to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And Roberts down on strikes. Meek got him. 1, 2, 3. Go the Diamondbacks in the 7th. Lee Walker and Ludwig coming up again for the Bucks. Back at Chase Field with Lacey Collins and John Wayner, Tim Neverett, Brad Ziegler is the new Diamondbacks pitcher. He'll face Derek Lee to start the 8th inning of an 8-4 ball game. And Lee fouls this one off. Lee put a charge into the baseball the last time he was up in the 6th inning, hitting one of the deepest home runs we've seen all season.
Never did hear a distance. Had to be some 440, maybe more.
That one falls in a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. And Lee cracks that one into left field. Tried to make the glove save. And both Roberts and Parra had trouble with it.
It's the 3rd time this series a hard hit ball hit at a corner infielder that they just decided to ole, get out of the way, not get in front of, kind of turn to the side.
Third hit for Lee. Now Neil Walker looking for one. Walker had a base hit in the 6th. Almost similarly struck, but pulled the other way to Lyle Overbet.
Played off to the side. Side winding righty. I don't care if you're a left-handed batter or right-handed batter. I just don't like facing these guys. It's harder to pick up the ball from that release point.
One to Neal. And Ziegler, long pause, now delivers, and Walker bouncer to the right side. We'll get the lead runner, that's all. Fielder's choice for Walker, and Derek Lee retired 4-6 on the putout. And now Ryan Ludwig, who hit a home run earlier today in the 2nd inning, he's 1 for 3. I did ask for and did receive an estimate on the distance. It's unofficial, however. 443.
It's a bomb.
443 on Lee's home run, not Ludwig's. Ludwig's probably about close to 4. And the pitch from Ziegler. Ludwig fouls it off. Well, again, going back to the story about the Mariners and the A's perhaps opening 2012 in Japan. The World Baseball Classic has been switched from every 3 years to every 4 years. So that will not take place this spring, as maybe you might be looking around for. Every once in a while somebody asks a question about it. But it'll be the following spring that it happens again. The baseball is very, very big in Asia, not just in Japan. Very big in Korea. And the Korean national team, very, very good. Won the gold medal at the Olympics in 2008. Had a good showing in the World Baseball Classic last time around.
That's impressive. That's almost amazing. Korea winning an Olympic gold medal.
They beat Cuba in the finals.
Yeah. What's the weather like in Korea?
Right now or generally?
Is it, I don't know. I mean, is it like, does it have a winter and a summer and a spring? I mean, is there winter like Pittsburgh's or like California's?
Pittsburgh's. Ludwig goes down on strikes. The only resource for that information is the old episodes of MASH. When they're in the snow.
The frisbee from down under. That's what it looks like coming at you. And it just runs away from you. It stays on the same plane and just slices away like a frisbee.
Ziegler will face Pedro Alvarez now. Brandon Wood has sat down. Alvarez will come out. Pedro put a good swing on a ball yesterday. First pitch he saw in the second inning. Hit it more than halfway up the bleachers in right field. First pitch to Alvarez. Taken for a strike at the knees. We're being told that it is 48 degrees in Seoul, South Korea right now. And it is at night. There's a base hit left side. And Alvarez aboard. And tomorrow it'll be sunny and 76 in Seoul, John.
Just like in Pittsburgh. Pedro looking to finish strong. Bomb last night. And a fastball away going with it. Pretty strong position there.
I know you talked about Pedro in the pregame today as it relates to winter ball. His situation does, and he will not start winter ball on time with everybody else. But that's kind of a common thing, isn't it, where guys just come in late?
Well, you have that option. If I'm not mistaken, it starts, I think, the first or second week of October. So surely you're going to take some time off, whether it be 2 or 3 weeks. Or in some cases, some guys will take a month off. But the season winds up right around the middle end of December. Playoffs in January.
O'Neill fouls this one over toward the Pirate dugout.
So, I mean, you can get anywhere from up to 60 games of playing in the winter, which obviously 250 or more at bats. Then you take a couple of weeks off, play 45 games. Still significant time.
O'Neill hits this one well. Parra got turned around. It's off the base of the wall. Here comes Walker in to score. Alvarez will hold at third, and into second with a run scoring double is Jason Jaramillo. It's now 8-5.
Things all of a sudden a little interesting. The Pirates just pecking away, and JJ showing a little oppo pop. Seen that a lot this series. JJ doubling the other way. We've seen Jay Hay, Josh Harrison, Alex Presley went against the wall. And Walker just coasting in. Oh, maybe not coasting.
Looks like he tripped over the batter's box. Gotta watch where you're going. Walker gets in. Jaramillo got him there.
Sure. Like you and I, Neil's been told that by mom and pop since a very young age. Watch where you're going.
Where is Kirk Gibson going? Out to the hill to get the ball from Ziegler. Pitching change in Arizona. Pirates just 3 runs away here in the 8th. 2011 season against the Reds at 1:35. It's Fan Appreciation Day at PNC Park. Pirates players will be greeting fans at the gates between noon and 12:30. Plus, don't miss your chance to get a Pirates game-worn jersey after the game. For tickets to Fan Appreciation Day, visit Pirates.com. Ryan Doman up there to pinch hit. It's a foul ball off Joe Patterson. Patterson, the lefty, taking over for Brad Ziegler. Pirates have the tying run at the plate with 2 men out in the top of the 8th inning.
0-3 record. Can we push it to 0-4? A 2-out rally.
We have seen Alvarez pinch hit, Jaramillo, and now Domet, the third straight pinch hitter. He finds himself down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
He just hit himself in the face that last foul ball to Domet. You don't see that very often, by the way. A right-handed sidewinder to a left-handed sidearm pitcher.
Patterson comes way across the body. Works the extreme first base side of the rubber. Alvarez at third, Jaramillo at second. And a tapper toward the middle. Picked up by Bloomquist. Throws on to first and gets Dolan. Pirates get a run, leave 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-5 Diamondbacks. Stick around for a rematch of the 2009 Stanley Cup Finals. The Detroit Red Wings drop the puck against your Pittsburgh Penguins in the preseason opener. It's a 7 o'clock tilt tonight on Root Sports. Get back at it again. Pedro Alvarez stays in the game. He'll play third base. New shortstop is Chase Darno. And the new pitcher, Chris Resop, making his 74th appearance.
A lot of appearances, a lot of innings, a lot of strikeouts. 78 and 67 and a third.
Jason Jaramillo remains in, and he is doing the catching. So Resop ready to deal to Gerardo Parra. Pirates closing the gap. It was 8-1 at one point, now 8-5, and Resop deals him a strike. 74th appearance for Resop. We saw McCutcheon's 70th appearance. Veras leads the club in appearances with 78. Ground ball to second. There's Walker. Throws him out. Neal working on his 50th straight error-free game. He's had a career-high 49 straight. I talked to Clint the other day about usage of the bullpen, and he said that he cannot remember a time as a manager when he ran a guy out there more than 75 times in a season, and that was a handful of years ago in Colorado when he had a reliever by the name of Steve Reed, who was an Iron Man for him. But he said 75 appearances was a lot.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at Jose Veras, who more than likely is going over 80.
You look over in Atlanta, as Veras is second in the league. Resop now moves into a tie for sixth.
Jeff Blum, the pinch hitter, drives one up in the air to right field. It'll hang up for Ludwig. 2 gone for the Diamondbacks in the 8th.
Well, Atlanta has 3 relievers. The Pirates have 2 in the top 10. Atlanta 3. Venters with 82. Kimbrel with 77. With Flaherty 75. And those guys are kind of scuffling here lately down the stretch. I think Kimbrel and Venters the other day, first time all year, they both gave up a run in a ball game.
Blomqvist playable for Ludwig.
Quick one.
And Resop, a very quick inning. Nice tidy work. Top of the order due up for the Pirates. They need 3 to extend the ball game. Trailing 8-5 heading to the 9th. Alvarez, I beg your pardon, Alex Presley will lead off. And he got it going with 1 out Monday against J.J. Putz, the closer, putting a tying run at third base with this triple. Good speed from Presley, got himself there, and then Walker and McCutchen came up to follow, couldn't get him in, and the ball game ended. So now the rematch. And Presley, who was 1 for 4 today, like to get to J.J. Putz again. Putz has converted 21 straight saves since July 27th. And the club record for Arizona for the most consecutive is 22, set by Greg Olson in 1998.
Third baseman Roberts playing against the bunt.
And that pitch on the outside corner for a strike to Alex Presley.
I think Alex like that one either. Got rung up on a pitch that was off the plate back in the 7th. Borderline pitch going JJ's way.
Presley behind 0-2 in the top half of the 9th. Xavier Paul will be the pinch hitter, followed by Andrew McCutchen. The 0-2 pitch.
Split. Alex Presley has such good bat speed. Threw that fastball in, he turned it around and figured he wasn't going to get another fastball. So he gets the split-fingered fastball that runs away. And you don't see Alex chase a pitch that far out of the zone very often. But I think he was realizing that he has to protect out there. There's a couple of calls going against him.
Pirates' last winning series at Chase Field came when they took 3 of 4 in early May of 2005. Series was even at a game apiece to start action today, and the Diamondbacks trying to close it out. Take 2 of 3. Xavier Paul will take strike 1. Nothing in 1 to Xavier Paul, 255 hitter. And he taps this one foul. You see Putz just getting ahead 0-2 of Presley. Now he gets ahead 0-2 of Paul.
In our post game, are we going to talk with Staggy and Erie, or we go into the studio?
It'll be an abbreviated studio Pirates post game, and then off to Penguins and Red Wings. There's game 1 of the baseball hockey doubleheader. Getting closer to its conclusion here. Pirates trying to find a way to get something going here late. And this the conclusion of a 7-game road trip. One-two to Paul. Stays alive. Pirates got the first one in LA, then lost 3 straight. Lost the first one here and then won last night. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pirates tomorrow off, back at it against the Cincinnati Reds on Friday night. Edinson Volquez will pitch against Jeff Locke. And Xavier Paul down on strikes. J.J. Putz has struck out Presley. He has struck out Paul. And now for the second time this series, McCutchen will come up with 2 outs in the 9th. Volquez, who had spent a bunch of time in AAA with Louisville for Cincinnati this year, pitching against Jeff Locke. Coverage begins at 6:30 here Friday night on Root Sports. Strike 1 to McCutchen. Putz won the battle Monday night, striking out McCutchen with Presley on third and 2 outs in a 1-0 game. Double and a run scored for Kutch in the 4th. 0-1. Putz set. And the pitch. It's going to get pretty interesting around here on the weekend for Arizona. They have the Giants coming in, the team that's chasing them by 5.5 games in the National League West, and the Diamondbacks could very well clinch against the second-place Giants.
Fastball right there. Yeah, that should be a fun weekend here. I would imagine that this place would be filled up.
Pirates down to their final strike. J.J. Putz delivers 1-2. Evens the count at 2-2. Giants are in Los Angeles again tonight, taking on the Dodgers. The Diamondbacks can shave their magic number down and get it down even more if the Dodgers help them out tonight. They can get it down to 2 by the time the Giants get here. The 2-2 to Andrew McCutchen. Fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Came at him with fastballs the other night, trying to get him to chase at the split. Andrew not biting, staying alive.
Former Bucko Danny Evelyn pitching for the Dodgers tonight against former Bucko Ryan Vogelsong. Payoff pitch. Strike 3. J.J. Putz comes in, strikes out the side. Earns the save, his 22nd straight, and his 43rd on the year. 8-5 the final. Stand by. Pirates post game coming your way next.